Hello students, we'll see one more topic now, coordinate systems. Okay, how many coordinate systems we have? Coordinate systems. Might be heard about this. One of the most used, and of course we are using in all cases from lower levels to in higher level cases. One of the coordinate system is Cartesian coordinate system. Cartesian coordinate system. We use x, y, z, those things you know. The second one is polar coordinate systems. Polar coordinate system. The third one we discuss is cylindrical. Cylindrical coordinate system. The fourth one we see is spherical. Spherical coordinate system. We will see what basically all these, and we will see where the what are the applications, one or two, where mathematically these things are used. So, initially the first one is Cartesian coordinate system. Cartesian coordinate system. You know, the Cartesian coordinate system generally we use x axis, y axis, z axis, or can take axis x, y, z, no problem. If you want to represent any point P in the space, their coordinate becomes x, y, z. So, if you want to write any vector notation for that, generally I, j, k are the unit vectors we take along it, and say we will give some name r bar, that is O origin, OP bar is equal to r bar. This is equal to xi plus yj plus zk. In 3-dimensional, if you take any plane, in that what are the coordinates are there, in the terms you can write this r bar. For example, xy plane, in the xy plane only if you take, it becomes r bar equal to xi plus yj. Similarly, other planes, the magnitude if you take is x square plus y square plus z square. So, this is the thing generally we use in Cartesian coordinate system. In Cartesian coordinate system, if anybody is traveling along horizontal in a linear direction, in a straight direction along a particular line along x axis, y or z, whatever the, in a particular one dimension or particular direction, one direction. In that case, we can study the motion of that particle using these Cartesian coordinate systems. This is one of the example for this. If a car is traveling from east to from one point to other point, an insect is crawling on ground or insect is crawling on a wall. Okay, in such cases you can find it. Somehow in plane also we can find a few properties of that particle which is in plane, but whether it is in plane or whether it is traveling on any particular axis, if particle travels, of course you take plane, if it travels in a straight direction along the OP direction, then using these coordinates we can study the motion of the particle. So, if a particle is rotating, by keeping r constant, the particle is say rotating, that is in rotatory motion or circular motion. In that case, it is little difficult to find to study the motion of the object which is in circular paths using these Cartesian coordinate systems alone. We have to use for that polar coordinate systems. Okay. The second one is polar coordinate system. So in polar coordinate system, we'll draw the thing. I take only two axes here just for convenience. Any particular point P is somewhere here P. R comma theta are the polar coordinates. Okay, this is R bar, and it makes theta angle with x-axis, right? In coordinate system, x, y, z are the coordinate systems. You know that x, y, z. Here in polar coordinate system, r and theta are the coordinate systems, polar coordinate systems, the parameters whatever we have. So in this case, if particle is rotating with some angle theta, here with this angle theta is changing now, then particle with fixed radius, so it is rotating in circular paths. So in this case, we use polar coordinates. We'll see what is the projection if you take this projection over here on this axis. Okay, say P dash, and this is x coordinate or x coordinate or simply x coordinate, and this is y coordinate. So r bar you can write as xi plus yj, the position vector. Okay, and magnitude of r, and here xi plus yj using polar coordinates we can find out. See here, whenever you consider theta, okay, so what is x? Whenever you consider theta, what is x here? This is a adjacent side, that is cos theta you have to take. X is equal to r cos theta. Similarly, y is equal to r sin theta. So now r bar can be written as I r cos theta plus j r sin theta. In terms of theta and radius vector, we can represent it. Okay. So magnitude, if you take, what do you get? Magnitude r only you will get. This is. And how to calculate theta? Take the ratio of these two equations, that is y by x you take. If you take y by x, you will get tan theta. So theta is equal to how much? Tan inverse of y by x. So using these components, by knowing r and theta, if you know r and theta, you can find x and y, and if you know x and y, you can find theta, that is direction also you can find. One interesting thing we'll see now, we'll draw the plots of Cartesian coordinate system and polar coordinate system. When you draw the graph, let us draw here only, let me draw over here only, let me draw here. Let us take r fixed somewhere here. This is this value, not r fixed, x fixed will take. Let me draw this here. Okay, xy coordinates, xy axis, xy coordinate system. Here somewhere at x is constant, will vary y. When you vary y, some particular values of y, say 2, 4, just for example, we are varying y but x is constant. Similarly here also, just connect them, the plot will be seen like this. Okay. Similarly, you can draw at different x. Okay, 2, 4, 6. Again, you will get same manner. Here also similar manner. Now, by keeping let us keep the x constant, y constant, and will vary the x. This is y constant and we are varying x. Okay. So graphs will be like this. So plots, you can see this is xy plot using Cartesian coordinate system, right. We will draw polar coordinates, plot for polar coordinates using polar coordinates. Again, take somewhere we need here radius vector r, say r is fixed and this is theta, okay, r is fixed, we are changing theta. When you change the theta, this is the initial plot we get, this is, you are changing theta like this, and let us extend r, these are the r, any direction you take, see, let us take this also, in this direction also will take axis, because radius axis, no, radius vector, no, you can take any direction. And one more r, here r is fixed, theta is changed. Now in this case r is, we are varying r, here from here to here the theta is fixed, this theta is fixed for this line, we are increasing r is increased, here again will vary the theta. If you vary the theta, see here again you will get a plot like this. So here theta is varying. So all these this yellow line, let me join this yellow line, here r is variable and theta is constant. When you take these circular dotted lines, here theta is variable and r is constant. In the Cartesian coordinate system, this plot, if you see, when x is constant, y is varied, y is constant, x is varied, and here let me write, these are x constants, these vertical lines are x constant, y varies. Okay, these horizontal lines are x varies, y is constant. Is it clear? See the difference. What is the what is the importance of studying coordinate systems? You can see the difference between Cartesian plot and polar coordinates plot, right? Okay. Now we will come to cylindrical coordinates. In cylindrical coordinate systems, basically you can, if you see in studying strength of the pipes, you can Google it. They use cylindrical coordinates and also another three values they use, okay, depending on the length, the tension and some angle, those things they use. These cylindrical coordinate system, using that we can you can view the projection of the cylinder, okay. For that purpose they use it. Just this is called analytical analysis of these pipes, those things. The mechanical stream people, mechanical engineers, they use these cylindrical coordinates and also spherical coordinates. Okay, just using these polar coordinates and Cartesian coordinates, we cannot view the geometry of given cylinder, right. That we will see. Cylindrical coordinate system also we will see now. Now we will see cylindrical coordinate system in cylindrical coordinate system. So in cylindrical coordinate system, The graph is interesting. How we take coordinates, these things we will see. And wait a minute. We will see now. We will see now cylindrical coordinate systems. Let us take axis system. X-axis, y and z. Okay. So in a cylindrical coordinate system, choose some point P and it has coordinates rho and phi, or theta you can take, z. These are the cylindrical coordinates. We will take its projection on xy plane. Okay, right. This is the one of the important measurement that we use in cylindrical coordinate systems. Okay, this angle is phi and we can name it as rho, right. So, and parallel to y-axis, parallel to x-axis, these things if you draw, you will get more clarity. See here, let us draw a line parallel to y-axis, right. One more line parallel to this x-axis, one is parallel to this. See, whatever the region here, it represents in the cylindrical phenomenon. Okay. Now, if you take this up to here, you take this is this region. Okay. Rho is important over here. The rho makes phi angle with x-axis. So, the component of rho along this is x is equal to how much? Rho cos phi, x component of rho. And also what is y component? Rho sin phi, right. So, from here what is rho you can calculate. If you do x square plus y square, you will get rho, and x square plus y square is equal to rho square, and rho is equal to root of x square plus y square. And similarly, if you want to have phi, tan phi, take y by x. So, tan phi is equal to y by x, and phi is equal to tan inverse of y by x. These are the cylindrical coordinates. Now, we will see a small example over here. I can see in internet also. In calculating strength of the pipes, some pipe you take, while calculating strength of the pipe, this gives the radius vector and this is height z. One more parameter is there, z. Z is, this is z, z axis z. Height is z, okay, radius parameter is r. Whatever the rho we take is, here it is rho. Okay, this is rho axis, this makes angle phi. So, in calculating strength of the pipes in mechanical engineering, those things, using another 3 parameters, they see the projection. So, by varying these angles, you can, if you want to do simulation things, by varying these things, you can generate or you can construct a cylinder. Okay. So, whatever the cylindrical shapes are there, to study their properties, their dimensions, some other studies, one of the parameter, one of the important coordinate system they use is this cylindrical coordinate system. Okay. Now, we will see last one, spherical coordinate system. Spherical coordinate system. Let us draw the axis system over here. X axis, y, z, right? Somewhere point P, it has coordinates r comma theta comma phi. These are the spherical coordinates. Okay, we will draw that vector r bar, and this r bar makes angle theta with z axis. When it makes angle theta with z axis, its component, one of the component along z axis is what? R cos theta, and another vertical component is here. You draw, you take in xy plane. See, xy plane, the z is normal to xy plane. Whatever you take, the line drawn from origin is the normal to z. That is, the component of vertical component of r bar is somewhere here. You can take. Say this is r sin theta. It makes phi angle. That is interesting. Same again, in the same manner you can construct. You can join them or you can construct. It is up to you. So now we'll write what is x, what is y, what is z. Okay. Now you can say what is x? It is r sin theta. The component of r sin theta along its axis is r sin theta cos phi. Okay. R sin theta cos phi. Along y axis, y is equal to how much? R sin theta sin phi. Z is there, z here is not just z, z is r cos theta. Now you have to find out what is r, and also you have to find out what is theta, and also you have to find out what is phi. Okay. So if you make x square plus y square plus z square, this will be equal to r square. You just substitute, you will get x square plus y square plus z square is equal to r square. Now take theta. If you want to calculate tan theta, simply x square plus y square will get r square sin square theta divided by z square. Finally, tan square theta you will get. So tan theta you can write as root of x square plus y square by z. So theta is tan inverse of x square plus y square root by z. Phi, take the ratio of x and y, y by x. Y by x, if you take tan phi you will get. So from here phi is equal to tan inverse of y by x. Okay. So whether spherical coordinates or these cylindrical coordinates, these are used in mostly in engineering sector to do more complex studies of complex shaped objects. We use all these coordinate systems. Okay. So all of you go through it. If you have any doubts, you can write in comment section. We will answer these your doubts. Feel free to ask the doubts, and subscribe the channel and share it. We'll discuss one more topic in the next video.